Alright, welcome back to RPG Quest, and we are back to game 143 on our list, which is Tecmo Secret of the Stars on the SNES. So yesterday we got through, I'm pretty sure we're pretty much right at the end. I mean, we beat we beat all four of the, kind of the bio versions of the boss's, like, main guards, and I'm pretty sure we're heading towards the final boss. Just too tired yesterday to try to finish it off. Figure it's probably gonna take. It looks like we're going to a fairly big dungeon, so who knows? So let's keep going and see if we can beat this game. One thing I'm worried about though is that there was a point that I think it was Dr. Ash mentioned something about us needing like an orb and a metal sword to defeat the boss. We don't have. I mean, we have blue and red orbs, so I don't know if those are considered the orb he was mentioning. And the metal sword never got any mention of the metal sword. I figured the blacksmith would give us that, but he only has metal armor that he's selling us. So hopefully we don't have to run around the world. I guess we'll find out once we try if we reach him. So the blacksmith doesn't sell any sort of metal sword or offer us any metal sword. Hey, Luckman. Oh yeah. Hopefully the end. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but sometimes that's been making beautiful things. See, like, he doesn't sell a metal sword, so I don't know. Maybe we have to get to the boss first and then he'll sell it. Who knows? Well, getting pretty close to the end. I mean, all we have left is the final boss, really. I mean, we've already killed all of his cronies. Killed all the bio guys there. Killed. The worst one was Bio Booth. His bomb attack was nasty as hell. Alright, so yeah, let's go in here and already got the treasure that was on this level here. I think the game overall, you know, it's got an unfair reputation, but it's not bad in any way. It's just archaic, yeah. I mean, it's really outdated from when it came out. I wonder if I should be killing things for experience. No, it might be a good thing. The thing, though, is the second party... I mean, in hindsight now, like, the only time I need to use a second party, you can run away from practically everything in the game very easily. So the few times I actually need the second party, and like we had to use them the most at the end of the game to get to the mini bosses, we were able to run away basically from any fight. So you don't need to get any experience on the second party at all. You can basically run away from every fight when you need to use them, and just that's it. You don't have to actually work with them at all. So I mean, when first started the game was like, oh man, we're gonna have to use two parties, this is gonna suck, but in hindsight, the second party, you don't need to work on them at all. Hey, Majorino. So it just looks scarier than it is. So considering they seem to be giving us a lot of like new enemies in this area, they get pretty good experience. Probably a good idea to grind XP till a little bit. Yeah, Dan's. I don't know what age he is. He looks like he's like 3. He's a wise man apparently, though. Who knows? And of course, there's Tina, who looks like she's 10 at the most. Let's grind some XPs. I'm gonna turn off animations, make this faster. Spells are nasty. I can run away from practically all these fights, but assuming the final boss, I want to try to get Dan at least to level 30. Get everybody up to level 30. If we are heading towards the final boss, then 22,000 experience though. Ugh. Probably don't need to do this. We have more than enough mirrors to. If the final boss casts magic, mirrors should be able to protect us from practically any spells. So, but one thing I'm worried about is if the boss is like most JRPGs, and this one seems to be kind of copying a lot of JRPGs. The boss will have multiple forms. So, does the effect of mirrors carry over to the second form, the third form? I don't know. So I don't want to use the mirror and then find out that, you know, he lost the mirror effect as soon as he changes forms. I guess the speed of the game is really good. No, I mean, you can get some crits if you're using special attacks on that. You can get some crits that do like 500 damage or so, but that's about it. That's fine though. I mean, you don't need numbers that reach like, you know, 10,000 or anything crazy like that. Like the last bosses we fought, I mean, even the bio versions there. I mean, it's one of those, like, the beginning of the fight is always the hardest, and once you kind of, you know, realize what these guys can cast or whatever, you can kind of handle the enemies a little bit easier. For now, we're just trying to grind a little bit of XP. The fact that they're giving us a whole bunch of new enemies in this specific section means they're probably going to need some XP. And grinding is super fast, considering how fast you can make the fights. Set it on auto and just sit back for like a couple seconds and the fight's over. So there is that. I mean, so right now, I probably don't need to grind. I just figure I probably want to get Dan his last spell is Bomb 3. Which I'm assuming he's going to get level 30. I'm sure every little bit helps for the actual final boss. So. So with the final boss, we can just ignore every fight. It's the nice thing about the running system in here, it's extremely reliable. I mean, it's very rare that you fail to run, which is fantastic. You almost bit the dust there. That's another thing too, if somebody dies in the battle, all that you really lose is their experience for that battle. They just revive back to full, or they revive at 1 health after the battle, so it's actually fairly easy in that aspect. Boss fights are obviously the hardest part, but as long as you kind of don't get really bad RNG on the boss fight. Oh, my man just died there. It's usually not too bad. Okay, what is land casting like? Well, the auto system works. Whoever's on top is the first one to cast. Tina's got life level 3. So. Oh well. Damn baby killers. You're child murderers. Man just died. Ready for life 3. Yeah, life 2 is so unreliable. I mean, I guess in a pinch, there's no choice, but So unreliable. I should pick up some recover 2s. I don't know if recover 2 is more reliable or gives you more health back than recover 1s. They sell them at the hospital. Just in case like Lan and Tina die or something like that. We got a whole lot of moon drops. I mean, we're probably like more than ready for the final boss. I guess I don't need anyway. This is my inventory. Let's throw anything away that we don't need. We've got a bunch of restores. Barriers seem useless. I mean, I can cast Mirror 2, which does the same thing, I'm pretty sure. So these are useless. Wizrobe, we're gonna use this. You don't need the money anymore, so... Switch those restores for restore 2s. I don't know if they actually do heal more. Of course, the game doesn't tell you anything. Screw it. These Guardians are nasty. How close is everybody? 1,300, 6,000, 1,600, 2,200. Depends on what I care the most about. Let's go up and heal. I'm just gonna make a beeline to the boss just to see, and well, any treasure that we have. Just to see, first of all, if we can beat him, because otherwise we're probably gonna have to run around the world trying to find these items. So there's metal sword and the orb, the two things that Ash had mentioned that is like needed to defeat Humcrews, and we have neither, unless the blue orb and the red orb are considered the orb, which I doubt. Maybe we combine them somehow. If that's the case, we'll probably just have to run around the world anyways. So let's go down there and see if we can even do anything. Let's exit the UFO. One step encounters. Run away! Must grab all the treasures. So I don't know how many levels there are here. Went through the first level, and so as far as I made it yesterday before I had to head off there, I was like so tired. And if I made it to the final boss, I probably wouldn't have been able to kill him. Run! Lace. What do these guys do? Seems a double attack, maybe? Treasure! What's inside the treasure chest? Metal sword, hopefully. And so they gave us the items we need right before the boss. Oh, come on. I love those one-step encounters. Yeah, if the run chance was a lot lower than it is, more mirrors, then the encounter rate would be, like, frustrating. Considering you can run so easily from these fights. Not that bad. Oop. Not all the time, obviously, but most of the time. You pillars. They look nasty. Run away! How deep this place is. Maybe like 20 levels have to go through. No treasure on this level? That sucks. To Lord. Where's the ladies? Trying to see if the level's getting smaller each time. I think they are. So I think we're going to kind of like an inverted pyramid. That kind of thing. Red dragons. Must run from everything. It's like every level they're giving us new enemies, which is weird. Huh. That's the end? Save, just in case. Oh well, that was the end, really. 3 levels. Thought it was gonna be a lot bigger dungeon. Where is he? I finally made it here. It's Tom Cruise! Who knows? So yeah, we don't have that metal sword thing, or that orb, so we're not gonna be able to beat him, are we? Welcome, Alcotalians. Your powers cannot harm me. Jaguar! You're the first to greet our guests. We have to defeat Jaguar first? What's wrong, Jaguar? Why don't you fight? Obviously Jaguar's Lan's dad. I mean, it's been pretty obvious. Hehehe. You're foolish. I knew you would betray me. Jaguar, not Bosun. I already knew that you were a spy sent from the future. That's the dude that was flying the biplane. Tom Cruise. Look at my face. You should recognize his face. You! Tom Cruise. It was I who helped you when you came to the future. I have taught you all the science of the future. However, you betrayed the future and wanted to rule with darkness. I knew it was all my fault. So I have come from the future to destroy you myself. Tom Cruise, you shall fall before me. Yeah, so you just waited till, we had your back? Sure, buddy. Ha 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 ha, fool. I remember you. Now, feel my wrath. Well, that was easy. He's dead. Look, Tom Cruise. Ha 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 ha. Now it is time for you children. Come, Aquatalians. Well, we're boned, aren't we? Let's just do our standard routine, I guess. That's Mira herself. Let's forget to turn my dodged. Good start. Dodge. Oh boy. Well, he's gonna kick our ass, isn't he? He just dodged 2 attacks. They seem to attack last, which is good. Just a chance to heal back up. It's like dodging everything. Yeah, we probably need that sword or the orb, don't we? Oh, that sucks. Yeah, everybody's wasted. That's a great start. Wow. So we need that sword and that orb. Unless this is like one of those fights that you're supposed to lose. Oh yeah, definitely. You're supposed to lose it. No! No! This is just an illusion of home cruise. Land, that's why I couldn't get the metal sword. Yeah, I don't have it. Where do I find it? Without the metal sword, you cannot beat Tom Cruise. Go to the red fountain? Red fountain. Is there a red fountain somewhere? Like this. Battalion stone? Red fountain. I'll let you do it. Red fountain. I don't remember a red fountain. Unless this is considered the red fountain. Fountain of lava. Red fountain. Yeah, I can't remember. I'm just I'm racking my brain trying to remember where there was a red fountain. I don't remember any red fountains. Or any fountains per se. These guys have ideas? Unless it's back in our... Maybe back in the first towns we're in? Is there a fountain there at all? These guys are useless. Alright, fountains. Is there a fountain Decatas? I think so. I don't remember. Well, I guess we can go visit all these towns and eventually find a red fountain, I guess. Oops, already there. What am I doing? Got to use the UFO. This is where the temples were, but there was no fountain there. Well, there was kind of like a weird water thing, so maybe that's where. Guess it got like bombed to hell. Oops. Yeah. Watch fast quest, trying to figure out where the hell this red fountain is. Was it maybe on... Where's that place? Let's go over here. It wasn't red, it's blue. This is all blue. I guess we'll just go from place to place and we'll find it eventually. Let's Can't recall anything that was red. Been here in a while. Damn it. Anything here? Maybe Ash will tell us something. I mean, it probably has something to do with the Aquitalians, so you think like a shrine or something like that? It makes sense to have put in like in the middle of a random town, so. Wrong button. I doubt it's in any towns, but... This guy sell new weapons yet? No, they're all dead. We murdered them all in our illusionary world. Don't think there's anything here. Plus, you know, we destroyed this place. No, there wouldn't be any fountains here. Okay, well, let's check. I mean, most likely it'd be somewhere where that has to do with the Aquitalians. So the shrines. So let's check out all the shrines. If I can find them. There's one around here somewhere. There we go. I mean, I doubt it'd be these ones. Like, it wouldn't make sense to be these ones, but let's see, what shrines do we have? So we have the fort that these guys became bandlets or whatever. And then, of course, the one we first checked out, it was already destroyed. Let's have to go through there, but I don't remember any red shrines in that. And when we started off the game, like in the first island, like, did we get, like, how did we first become an Aquitarian or whatever? It wasn't the first island, wasn't it? Before we went to Old Hill. I don't remember if there was a red I don't remember a red... I mean, it's the beginning of the game would have been like 30 hours ago, so... I don't remember any red fountains at all. Yeah, you had enough pain, right, Alkman? It's not that bad a game, it's just, yeah, I mean... Yeah, if as a kid, when this game came out, you basically had a choice. I mean, you aren't getting all these games, right? So you had a choice between like Earthbound, this, and Chrono Trigger. It's kind of a tough choice. Alright, well, let's check. So I doubt any of those shrines there. So like, when we went here, and then we went through like the cave in here, right? And that's where we came. I think it was through that cave that we came. Like, is there a shrine in there? It must have been, because like, how did we get our powers initially, right? Was there a shrine in here? I just don't remember if there was. I mean, it's kind of like a lava area, so maybe red spring. I don't know. Oh yeah. Chrono Trigger. Give me awesome. Where's this going? Name came up real fast. I didn't check if it was maybe something that made sense. I remember, did I have to go through here? I mean, I obviously had to go through here to get to the Old Hill, but we went somewhere and then we got somehow teleported to Old Hill. It's been 30 hours since we played this section. So I remember like nothing about it, but I mean, we also had to run to a shrine where we actually became the Pennon guys. It's Pennon or whatever the hell. When we first became an Aquatarian dude, we realized that we had the power or whatever. I don't know. Other than that, what else? I mean, it's different towns, but those wouldn't make sense in terms of. Been too long. Like, there must have been a temple up here. It's been so long since. Oh, it's flashing red, maybe? Maybe? That was the volcano after all. Like, yeah, we're going to the volcano, so, I mean. Like, are we able to go through the volcano anyways? Treasure! I missed the treasure chest from the beginning of the game. That's probably got the metal sword, you watch. All this time I could have had it at the beginning of the game. I mean, it's red water, well, it's lava, I'm assuming. Let's get the treasure chest. Ah, the bread. Yeah, it's a good thing we didn't miss that. Super important bread. I don't remember what the hell's at the end of this thing. Now we're going to some. There's no red. Okay, no, this is where we fought a boss. What happened after we fought this boss? I think it's that point that we got teleported back, right? So yeah, it's not this. It was in the town then? Oops. How did we first become? Was it in? God damn. I remember so little about the beginning of the game. It's so long. That's where we fought a boss. And was that the point that they teleported us to the other town? I don't remember. There's nothing in these towns, is there? Because, see, when we beat that boss, then is that the point that we got sent back to... We got sent back to Old Hill. From Old Hill, where did we go? At that point, we were penance, I'm pretty sure. God, I don't remember. Blue Spring. Mom, I'm home. Oh, you're dead. Never mind. Ouch. Alright. So at that point we went... we beat that boss, then we went to... I think we ended up in Knoll Hill after that. Was there a shrine anywhere else? So from Old Hill, we went over here, and we went over here. This was just a door. So we went to this town, then we have to do a bunch of stuff to free the guy. I mean, at that point, we're already... lucky. How so? Having all those games in a row? Probably pretty close. But, yeah, there was another cave, wasn't there? What cave was it? Yeah. I mean, played it between Earthbound and Chrono Trigger, so it's kind of in a bad spot. Totally lost. Where am I? Wrong island. Is there two? Or is there two caves in this place? Oh, there's two caves in this place. Which one did we just go through? I don't remember which one's which. We'll find out soon. I'll know as soon as I change to the next area. Oh. It's the volcano. Is this the other cave then? I know we got our superpowers. Yeah, we had our superpowers before we went to see the doctor. I remember the doctors. I remember sleeping in the bed right beside him, which was like, why? Shrine. Okay, so this is not there's no fountain. Yeah, was this red when we first came here? I don't know. It was so long ago. It's Fountain of Actos. The metal sword! Now what about the orb? Was the orb the thing we got to get the sword? The Actarian stone? A metal sword! Hey Dad, what's going on? Lan, my son! Tom Cruise is shrouded by false appearance. Break it by this orb. Okay. Guess he gives us the orb too. To be like, okay, we've got the sword now, what about the orb? Here you go. Thanks. Light orb. Alright. Guess we didn't need to have this blue orb and... 171 power. Nothing happened. Alright, so now we got a full suit of metal armor. Alright, so we have to use the light orb on him and kick his ass with the metal sword, I guess. And not die. That's the key. Not dying. Where did I leave the UFO? Oh, there it is. You're like right beside it too. Ugh, figures. They couldn't have been any closer. The problem, Lana's the one who has the sword now. He's the one who usually attacks the least. I can't combine with Leona to do like the super attack. Oh well. She's got her bolt spell. Now, assuming that, you know, maybe Lan's the only one who can attack. Or if I get the metal... now, the metal sword's probably only equipable by him, I would imagine. I'm going to say give it to Cody, because Cody's usually going to be attacking by himself, but... I kind of assume that he's probably the only one who can wear this sword. Yeah. Figured as much. If I get the Thunder Sword to Cody, and... Sucks. I lose all my chance of critting. We're doing a little less damage than normal, but... as long as we can out-heal the boss. I mean, we got tons of moonstones, we got the mirrors. So... hopefully it'll be okay. Jeez. Not one of them attacked. All they did is kind of fast and slow. Counter-raid. So I'll see how bad we do against the boss. We might have to grind a few levels. But at least we have, well, except for Bomb 3 is the only spell we don't have, which, I mean, Dan's going to be using most of his magic to heal anyways, so Bomb 3 would be useless. Because if he's anything like the previous bosses, he's going to be nuking us hard, so... But of course, we'll have the mirrors, so... Also uses breath attacks, but then we have Mirror 2, so... I wonder if you can stack Mirror and Mirror 2 together. I've never tried that. find out. We'll do some tests. Might take us a few attempts. Archbowl. There's so many new enemies in just this one tiny dungeon. Alright, let's see how bad we get murdered here. Oh, excuse me. Alright. Okay, so we have to use that light orb. So the question is, do I bother to use my mirrors right now? Let's see if we enter a new fight or if the fight just kind of keeps going. Let's mirror on herself. See if we can even do any damage to him. We probably can only do damage with the metal sword, nothing else. Wow, palette swap. Reflect. So see if Cody can hit him and all. Okay, so Cody can hit him. Didn't do much damage. Ugh, he's 1 over 3. Alright, gotta get those mirrors up ASAP. So everybody get your mirrors on. I dare you to cast bomb 3 on us now. It'd be funny if that bounced off and hit the boss. Heal him for full. Alright, so now, I mean, what's he gonna do? Physical attacks? Damage, that's it. Still do more damage with my, my attack combo with, He's doing like a single attack. I mean, that's not gonna be very painful at all. Let's keep passing fast, as usual. I mean, if we get our defense up, then he's not going to do any damage, is he? I mean, obviously, he's going to have another form, right? I mean, there's no way in hell this is... I mean, so far, especially now that we got everything mirrored, it's going to be a joke, right? I mean, right? Maybe? It's going to fight. I do a little more damage if I use my weapons separately, I think. Only taking 133, but 133 crits. That's pretty good. Yeah, so he's not using any sort of magic attacks now that we got our mirrors up, which is good. I mean, he's only hitting one person at a time, which is fantastic. I kind of want him to do a magic attack. It'd be funny. Does a magic attack on us on bomb 3 and himself 3 times. Haha. Here for the win! Seems like we're critting all the time with land, at least. It's only doing 80 damage, mind you, with the crit, but... Assuming he's not going to do any damage to us. Okay, well, I guess blowing fire will do a little bit of damage. I wonder... See, I want to try casting Mirror-Tude, because Mirror-Tude is supposed to lower damage from breath attacks, but I don't know if it combines with Mirror 1. So if all it does is that, which only does like 50 damage, that's fine with me. Easily out-heal that. Oops. Quite literally ahead of his generation. By 3 years. How's it going, Trazium? Attack. Yeah, it seems like that's all he's going to be doing is blowing fire. He got smart and he's not using his bomb attack anymore. Everybody's got a mirror on them. Why did he get smart? Alright, I think it's still better using my fire attack here. My fire... seems to be, it's going to be a better attack. Let's keep casting fast. Still gonna do more damage. Because he's doing like 88 damage by himself, and then she's only doing like 20. So, 130 with both of them combined, still better. So some of these broken moons to get my magic back. Nice. I love when that thing crits. So it's probably got a lot of hit points compared to the previous bosses, but like he's like obviously he's gonna have another form. There's no way in hell. Like he's barely doing any damage right now. Even if he was just casting bomb 3 all the time. I think we do like a double attack or something, so it's gotta have another form. Definitely doesn't look end bossy. It's gotta have like a guts form. Nope. Ah, sucker. You're the best. bad you can't buy more. Would have been handy to have against the other bosses. The reason I was hoarding on all of these. Freaking OP, man. Yep, hopefully. The final boss? I'm not sure if it's... I mean, it's a JRPG. He's gotta have multiple forms. So, maybe. Otherwise, it's kind of an easy final boss. So we put mirrors on everyone. Hopefully he has a final form, because otherwise it's pretty boring. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's not his final form, because that's pretty underwhelming for final boss. There's all these broken moons. Got a whole bunch of moon drops. So that's the only damaging one he does is that fire. Other than that, let's try devastation attack, because why not? Combine. It's basically the same thing as critting with our fire sword. It's way more magic. We just that one hit there was as much as that devastation attack, and cost us 2 magic versus the other one cost us the equivalent of like 50 magic. Plus, you know, the other character is attacked and did even more damage overall. It's gonna be a long fight, but it's gonna be a super easy fight at this rate. Oops. Don't know how many hit points he has, but obviously more than the previous bosses before him, so... If he's got a second form, it's taken a long time to switch to it, so... I don't know. And as long as our mirrors keep up, he changes to another... maybe? Just tell me that wasn't it, because that was really easy if that was it. Wait, if he has a second form... The battle ended, so our mirrors are gone. Oh, son of a bitch. Got another form. So we just wasted our mirrors. Light orb. I was defeated by Oscar Italians because of it. But I'm not afraid of it any longer. I get new power owing to Rimstra. This time, a final battle. We just used up all our mirrors. Okay, so now he looks final formish. Ah. How many mirrors do we have? I think we still have like one left. Yeah, we have one mirror. Okay, I'm gonna have to reload, I think. Because we need a mirror for this fight here. Mirrors for this fight are way more important. As we have to do the other fight with him using his bomb 3 in that. So you can we can probably use one mirror on like Dan, for example, on the last fight. And of course Diana's gonna use her own mirror. I'll see what this guy does first. I kind of expected it, but I was hoping it happened during the same fight so the mirrors would stay. I'm going to use as little magic as possible in the other form as well. Protected the two most important people. Well, not the most important. I mean, Leona can protect herself, I mean. But we can protect Dan. Yeah, we're gonna have to... I think I'm gonna have to reload and just go into the second fight with all the mirrors, because I mean he's gonna be nuking the hell out of us, I think, with that bomb 3. Let's see. Let's just do a couple rounds. So we got a whole bunch of moon drops or whatever, so. And level 3. Wait, magic has worn off? Does he get rid of mirror effects? Oh, come on. If he gets rid of mirror effects, then that screws that idea over. Let's see. If he uses like any sort of nuke, we're gonna know. So casting fast is gonna be useless then, because if he gets rid of magic effects, then he's gonna get rid of the fast that we're casting. Let's see if this got rid of the mirror effects. They did get rid of the mirror effects. Well, so there's no point in... We're just gonna have to keep healing with... Okay, so we're gonna have to keep healing with Dan every turn. We got a whole bunch of moon drops. This is gonna suck. Alright, so... Unless he only casts that once, but I'm assuming if anybody has any sort of buffs, he's gonna do that. Sucks. So we're probably dead if he uses any sort of nuke here. I love critical hits. Yeah, so I'm gonna have Dan heal every turn. I think it's gonna be the only option here. Except now he just ran out of magic on him, so I have to get Tina to give him a let's have her use a Moondrop on Dan. So weak heal just in case. Dodged. But magic is confusing. I guess they want to have just a big text wall, so it makes the choice a lot easier to see, right? MAG is like smaller, so it's like, oh, like big small type thing. I think it's more just to make it easier to spot really quickly. But there is kind of like a small reason for that. So if I cast fast with Tina, I wonder if that's gonna, because that means we're gonna have a buff on our guys. Maybe that's gonna make him waste his turns casting a land 3 attack. Let's try that. It obviously doesn't like us having buffs. So if he doesn't cast that ever again, that means that's a potential thing. We can just wait to use, like I say, we wipe. We can wait to use the mirrors after he casts land 3. Oh, at least 1990. Fantastic game in 1990. I haven't had to do any grinding in this game. I have like a million... Let's see, how many Moondrops I have left here? 1, 2, 3, 4... I got 4 Moondrops. I have more in my other party too. I should have brought those. I didn't even think about that. I have 4 Moondrops. As well as, like, you know... I'm assuming Plum Water is probably something similar to Moondrops. Means MP for everybody. And some Broken Moons. So I can heal myself over quite a few times, but... Oh yeah, this game has combo attacks. The only ones I find are good is these sword attacks, because they can crit. The other attacks just use too much magic. The ones that use like our own spells use too much magic to be worth it. I think the best one is like if everybody has like the level 3 attack and combine that, we do like about 300 damage. If we crit with a sword attack, we do 300 damage, and that costs 2 magic versus like the equivalent of 50 magic the other way. So yeah, much prefer doing that. Yeah, so I keep casting line 3, so casting fast is good, just to have him waste his turn doing that. Perfect. So there's a strategy there. You just cast fast 3 once. Should be. Let's just try hitting him with the sword just to see how much damage it actually does here. So piss this guy off by using. Mirror as well. If he keeps wasting his turns casting land 3, that's fantastic for me. Like every second turn, I guess. So it doesn't always get rid of it. Extra heal just in case. Well, we just got wasted. Don't fail. Okay, good. Didn't fail. Ow. Oh, man. So he hasn't tried to debuff us in a while. So maybe... I'm wondering if the mirror thing is... Maybe it's just random if anybody has like, buffs on them. I was hoping you'd do it more often. Maybe we just need to buff to a point where he decides to do it. Seki-chan. Welcome. Welcome to the final boss of Secret of the Stars. It's murdering us. Very, very hard. Alright. I don't even know how close we even are. We're probably not close at all. Ugh, sucks. Need to keep Dan alive. Wait, he doesn't have any magic anymore. Ugh, this is bad. This is really bad. I know, I'll figure it out, Vesper. It's not my first RPG. This is like the first time fighting him, so I'm just basically learning what his attacks are and what he does. He obviously, he definitely doesn't like us having buffs, so I probably won't have it during the first run of it, but that's why we save right before it. Wait, we do have a Vita Plum, right? Yeah, let's use that. Thank you very much. It's one of those lists that's never really going to be complete, though. Ugh, this guy. Let's mute him. Yeah, finally that worked. Oh, come on. 2 Bolt 3s in a row. Oh, we're dead. Yeah. That's just... can't recover from that. Yeah, so I think we're going to be using mirrors. We definitely want to hold on to mirrors for the second fight. Now, he obviously debuffs, but he doesn't seem to do it that often. So if I don't... As long as I keep my mirrors for, you know, Dan, like Leona can mirror herself, so that's not a problem. If I mirror Dan and Tina, and then land Cody, if they die, and Tina can just revive them. Might be the way to go here. I mean, Leona could probably finish this guy off herself if she really wanted to. And she can just mirror back up if he debuffs. Let's just see for the hell of it. See how long it takes us to kill him. If Leona does this by herself. See him for 1 damage. Yeah, maybe not. He does use Bolt though, which is kind of annoying. You two got this. I need these two alive. Let's put a mirror on these two, have them do all the work. That might actually be the better way. Let's screw everyone else, just have these two do everything. Got this, Leona. Got this girl. Now he's just gonna switch to physical attacks, isn't he? What do these other things do? What does the plum juice do? Plum water. I'm assuming that gives us back MP for everybody? not just HP, that's it. Yeah, exactly right. Just need to wipe him. She'll do all the work. She just needs to get some crits in. She's got this, she's got this, she's almost there. Only she had heal. She'd be the best. Ah, so close. Alright, so that's the thing we're going to do. We're going to hold on to the mirrors for the second fight. And he seems to debuff a little bit, but not that often. So as long as I keep my mirrors on, I'm gonna try if I don't cast fast at all, just cast mirrors. Let's see if he actually decides to debuff at all. That's what I'm wondering now. Alright, everybody ready? Let's go! So the first fight's gonna be a little tougher. But we do have one extra mirror, so too bad we can't buy mirrors. Alright. Of course he's fire blown. Alright. No point in casting fast. No point in wasting my magic on this guy. Let's hold on to our magic as much as we can for the second battle. So try to do this battle with the least amount of magic as possible. If you have a mirror on two people, he might just try not to use his AoE attacks because he knows he's going to take 2 hits. So there is that as well. He does use blown fire, but doesn't seem to be using like his bomb 3 or anything since we use the 2 mirrors. We'll see if that keeps happening. So in which case, the last fight would be the same thing. We just use 2 mirrors And we have 5 mirrors left, so we just use a mirror on Dan, and Leona can cast one herself. If he just goes purely for like physical attacks at that point, maybe some sort of AoEs might be good to go. Never mind. Still uses AoEs. Maybe less often? I don't know. As far as you're going from this fight to the other fight right away, with no breaks in between. Miss beginning Chrono Trigger, no! Every time I'm not doing anything with him, I should just be boosting my magic up. Alright, Dockman. Have a great day. Nice. Not so nice. Stupid bomb attacks. It's nice that we're hitting him for 100 damage, you know, by him hitting himself. It's almost tempting to, like, get everybody with mirror except for Lan or something like that. Maybe if I get, you know, Lan and Cody, leave them out of the mirror, and have, like, 3 people with mirror, he might still use AoE attacks and then kind of kill himself a lot faster. Thank you, Baron. Yeah, Cody just gets to hit. She needs to heal Cody. Just in case. Fight. Magic regain. Go. So far so good. It's not this form we have to worry about those. The next form is the one that just murdered us last time. I just hope that the 3 mirror thing, I think 3 mirrors might be the sweet spot where he might not try to debuff us, but he might, you know, and still use AoEs. He might kill himself. I'm hoping. So 2, we definitely use AoE. When we had mirrors and everybody, he was obviously not using AoE for, you know, obvious reasons. He's going to be killing himself every time. Great. We started the second fight with barely any health. That's not good. Unless we get a full heal in fights. I didn't notice that was a thing. So that's pretty bad if we start the second fight without any help. Light Orb. I was defeated by the lost battalions because of it. But I'm not afraid of it any longer. The new power owing to Mysteria. This time, a final battle. Again. Great, we don't start with full health. That's fantastic. That's kind of extra bad now. Alright, so we need to use mirrors on Dan. We need to use mirrors on Tina. We need to heal ourselves. Survive. He can cast Mirror on herself. And he can cast Regain. Let's use the big one just in case. Good. Alright, so we got 3 mirrors. So let's hope that he doesn't decide to debuff. Because I got 3 more mirrors after this. No, sorry, 2 more mirrors after this. So if he does debuff, we're going to try using 2 mirrors, one on Dan and one on Leona. Well, Leona can buff herself, so... Alright, we need her to keep boosting up Dan's magic with broken wounds until those break. As long as he doesn't debuff, if he doesn't cast Land 3, we might be okay. This is good. Because he also does 150 damage to himself, so he uses AoE, which is fantastic. So he hits like the 2 people that, you know, have the most HP with it. And if Cody dies, really, it's not that big of a loss. So, I'm fine with that. Cody really, he's just doing a little bit of nickel diming damage right now. I'm still gonna try to keep him alive, obviously, but it's not exactly a super priority to keep him alive. Go. Let's hope he doesn't try to debuff. It's a great start so far. Let's give her a little bit of magic. Very nice. This is going really well so far, which is scary. Means he's got something he's gonna murder us with. I don't know how many hit points this guy had. The other one, I'm assuming he's got probably double what the other guy, like the first boss had. I didn't count how many turns it took us to beat him, but it's probably gonna take us a long time to kill this guy. But if he doesn't debuff us, and considering he's going to be taking 3 times the, like every time he hits us in AoE, we're going to be bouncing back like 1.5 times the damage to him. So every time it hits a mirror, it bounces back 50% the actual damage. 3 mirrors. So we're going to be doing some pretty good damage. He's going to be doing some pretty good damage to himself, which is great. So that keeps happening. Good thing I had him in my sights for healing. Even then, like, that's only 100 damage with this critical hit, so even if all it does is physical attacks, everybody should be able to survive that as long as I'm healing him before he murders us. He hasn't debuffed yet, which is good. I mean, that's the thing I was worried. Like, if we cast Mirror and he just debuffs us, then we're back to square one. But as long as we don't buff everybody, I think he's going to be less likely to do it. The only kind of damaging one there is the bolt, but we can use, I mean, that's what we have Dan for. Get rid of those damage. Hitting, you can nothing. Fight. Can go, combine. I wish you could just macro this. If I do the same thing. So far so good. Heal just in case. Regain, go. Man, this is going really good. A little too good. Now I'm just wondering what can go wrong. Everything is the answer, but hope it doesn't. Yep. I'm assuming it's his final form as well. We've already defeated like one other form. I think I've got it down like what we need to do to defeat him. Aw, shit. So this was hoping we wouldn't use here. Okay, now we need to get those mirrors back. He didn't use it. It took him a long time to use it, so... Shoot. Yeah. Well, I think I just did, so... Right. Needs to use... Here, you can just attack. You two can attack. 3, you can use... I got 2 mirrors left, I think. 1, 2, yeah. So I can go through one more kind of round of him doing this. One more round of him doing a debuff. I really wish we could buy more mirrors. If I could find somewhere that sold mirrors, I'd be set. Just load my whole inventory with mirrors and it's like, ah, debuff us, no problem. Alright, so as long as it doesn't do that too often. So we got one more round of having mirrors, so if he does that like near the end of the fight or something like that, I mean, at that point we can go nuts with Dan, just heal every round. And just make sure Leona can keep him topped up with moon drops, because we still have like full. See, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 moon drops in our inventory right now. That's not counting like the broken moons that we have, plus we have a Sup Plum to heal somebody to full, and Vita Plum to heal everybody to full. So I mean, we have a lot of restoration stuff. As long as we, you know, take this slowly there. Just take our time. So let's just hope he doesn't debuff us anytime soon. The big thing here. So he's hurting himself too every time he does his bomb 3s with the mirrors on. So. Was it? I mean, maybe, but not as far as I'm aware. I mean, they might have made like an anime based on the game. I don't think the game was based on an anime. I could be wrong, but. Crap, Cody's dead. Well, really, Cody's not one I'm too worried about. Although if he's dead, his bosses might be more likely to debuff us. Cody's the last, like, the one I cared least about, so having Cody die is like, eh. He does just a little bit of damage, and that's it. The worst part of Cody dying is just the better chance of him... Crap, better chance of him debuffing us. Luckily we can heal, or we can revive both, so... Right, Cody... Right, land, before he just decides to debuff us. Sort of curiosity, can we do anything with the... I haven't even tried the Broken Moon. Assuming it does nothing. No, I don't think so. Alright, so we're back. Everybody's alive. Keep going. A little bit of a hiccup, but nothing we can't easily recover from, so as long as we still have our mirrors up. These broken mirrors are holding up pretty good. I don't mind if they break, it's just, you know, it just saves us having to use the moon drops. The longer we can keep them up. Yeah. Maybe that's why. Well, no, because in Japan it was called Aquatalion or something, or Octalion. That's a weird ass name. So it wasn't called Secret of the Stars in Japan to try to cash in on that anime, but in North America they called it Secret of the Stars because Japanese name is just confusing as hell. Here we are. Yep. Final boss. Attempt number 2 at him. Alright, doing pretty good. Alright, let's keep going. I don't know how much HP he has, but be nice to get some critical hits in. That'd be really nice. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I said this game gets a lot of bad publicity, if you will, but it's a pretty good game if you just ignore the fact that it came out in an era that had, you know, Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, Secret of Evermore all coming out. Like, this game would have been very low tier in terms of people's buy list, you know, be right at the bottom. Because it's a game that feels like it would have come out at the beginning of the SNES's library instead of the end. Like it came out. If you ignore the fact that it came out when it did, it's a pretty good game. Like, I'm enjoying it. It feels like it's like I'm playing like a, you know, Dragon Warrior Final Fantasy game, like one of the earlier ones. So, yep, exactly. Let's keep getting our magic up. I mean, one of the intimidating things is there's a dual party mechanic where you have a second party you need to use for certain parts of the game. But those parts are extremely limited, and you can run from like 95% of the fights without an issue. Like, it's very hard not to be able to run away from a fight. So you can have those guys super under-leveled and easily do the parts that they need to do without any problem. So the second party is not in any way required to grind experience for. Yeah, if this game came out at, you know... But localizing, I mean, if you compare it to other games that are localized from that time, I mean, it's just as bad, but... Yeah. Localizing is iffy, but... I'm sure these guys didn't exactly have a huge budget. Okay, we need to repel land before he gets killed. Exactly. I think he does like 2 nasty AoEs in a row. That's why I really hope he doesn't get rid of my mirrors again. Because really I only have 3 party members that are like in the, you know, the death zone right now. Just cast a bolt on him. Need to heal his ass. Go. Come on. Those 2 alive. And he's just like casting nasty AoE after nasty AoE. I wonder if that means he's getting close to death. Wow. That's like 4 nasty AoEs in a row that he's casting. It's a really good thing we have our mirrors still up. Watch, next turn he's gonna cast Land 3 just to piss me off. Yeah. Gotta love Steam. A nice critical attack. I hope we're getting close here. Really nice. He really does not want Tina alive, does he? Just fine, because we can easily out-heal the damage she does to her, but... I mean, if you just keeps hitting her with, like, regular attacks, like, it's gonna be easy. But... kinda suck. Healing herself. Are you there yet? Nice. Love those crits. Ow. Come on, kill him. I hope we're really close. We've been hitting with a lot of critical hits here. Plus he's hitting himself for 150 every time he does an AoE attack. Heal somebody that... Alright, let's have her heal Cody. Have him heal Lan, in this case it does another AoE. Keep hoping to see him die. Already died. Every time he does an AoE, we're hitting him for like 300 damage a round. Like, I don't know how many rounds we've gone so far, but he has got to be getting close. Like, really close. Feels like we've been doing this forever. We have been doing this forever, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Probably his like second form out of 3 or something. You haven't met his ultra form yet, where he fills up like 99% of the screen. Hope we don't have to get the killing blow with like an attack from the metal sword, because I haven't been using the metal sword at all. I mean the Lan-Tina combo is way stronger. Plus it can crit for like 300 damage, so. Oh, is that it? Or is this his next form? Please don't be another form. Please be it. It's kind of exploding. I think this might be it. Please don't be another form. Please. Oh, he's disappearing. I think we did it. Oh. That was actually not too bad. I mean, I'm really happy that he didn't debuff as much as he did. Those mirrors were definitely key there. Holy crap. And we barely touched any of our like our moon drops and everything. I mean, and the second go at it, we just obliterated them. We just had the routine down pat, like the perfect kind of mix of defense and offense. Not enough buffs that he wanted to debuff us and whatnot. So, oh, please don't start rising out of the flames or anything. Do I have to press a button? I don't know. Oh, just my controller being stupid. Won the battle! How much experience? No experience. Oh no, does he have another form? Please don't have another form. Controller, please. Aw. Darn. Aquatalian, no. It really seems like we beat him. I will be reborn. I born into darkness. Hate. Humans. You're gonna be born into humans? I will hate you. Who brought me back to life forever? Great, now he's gonna blow up, isn't he? We're gonna blow up the entire volcano with us and take out 3/4 of the world. Cruise, my dearest son, come back to me. Breathe, woman. To me, Pericles. You. I hate you too. Wow. That was. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, this place is gonna blow up again. I swear, everywhere we go, we blow shit up. We're gonna blow up this entire island. It's not the first island we've blown up. We've already blown up another island with 2 towns on it full of people. This one, at least, doesn't have anybody else on this island. Everybody else is gone. So that log is pretty bad, yeah. You watch for now. Now we're gonna send the entire world into an ice age because we erupted the volcano. Cody, Leona, Dan, thank you. Farewell. See ya. Every time, yeah. Or Cruise. I can probably set the timer, because obviously this is a GG, right? Well, let's see if there's any more. Once the game starts becoming like, you don't press any more buttons. Oh, we finally fixed the town. Chrono Trigger. Never! No more Chrono Trigger. No. Seems like we are alive. I couldn't imagine what could have happened to us. Where's Lan and his friends? Still inside the UFO. Maybe those guys are going back to the future. This back to the future. What? We destroyed Cruise anyway, so they can't taste my plum crops that I planted. Kid, we finally got a new home, but their real home is somewhere in another world. But everyone wants to return to his or her true home. They're one and only friends. You shouldn't ask for the impossible. Okay. But I believe that they are coming back here again someday. Hell no. Why don't we wait until then? To be continued, and Secret of the Stars 2. I love how every game always has like a to be continued kind of thing. Come back, Lan. You've fought enough. You're from the future. You'll soon greet the future. Come here, Lan. Lan. Wonderful writing in this game, I gotta say. We're back! Oh my god! They didn't leave! They came back after all! Everybody, I'm back! Welcome home and welcome to home! I call this place home. Welcome home and welcome to home! Oh yeah, Chrono Trigger is gonna be awesome. And Chrono Trigger is one of those games I played like 20 years ago, haven't played since, and I'm pretty sure I never beat it. It's gonna be one of those games that it's not quite a blind run, but might as well be because so little of that game I remember. Might as well stop the timer because this is obviously GG. Awesome. Yes, this game. I mean, I said this game got a lot of hate, but I enjoyed it. I mean, it definitely, like I said, it hasn't really. It had a lot of competition when it came out, and it was definitely outdated when it came out. But if I ignore that part of it, probably a good solid 4 out of 5 anyways. Yeah, I think when I played on like Mega Man on the NES, for example, I played 3, and I never played 1 and 2. So of course 3 was my favorite because it was the only one I had played. But a lot of people say good things about Mega Man 2. But 3 is the one I remember the most. So games like that, I mean, nostalgia has a big factor when it comes to everyone's like, oh, this is the best game because the one they played. It's like this game here, you know, this one gets a lot of hate, but how many people actually played this game to completion, right? Most people probably never played this game as a kid because it was being launched alongside stuff like Chrono Trigger. Like, what the hell would you pick up if you're at the store? This game or Chrono Trigger? It's kind of a no-brainer, right? So, probably nobody really has nostalgia for this game. 70 plus hours? Yeah, I don't think it's going to take that long for playing Chrono Trigger. It's not like I'm going for every ending anyways, so... Oh yeah, it's definitely GG. The game has been beaten. I think. I don't know, the UFO keeps flying off into space for some reason. While the UFO does its thing, I'm going to fill in the spreadsheet here. UFO doing anything? Oh, why not? We're back with Uncle Save. As it is, Aquatalians decided to stay at home and live happily ever after. It's a nice snore there. Well, I've told of a rare adventure. It was all a story. But that's okay. I wonder what kind of adventure awaits. It was all a story. The big reveal. They're still flying in space. Alright, 320837. Very nice. Alright. So, of course, if, you know, we're aware, the next game on the list is going to be Chrono Trigger, as most people kind of implied in chat. Oops, what are we today? The 22nd. Yeah, I think it's. I mean, this game. So I enjoyed it. Other than being, you know, very anachronistic, kind of out of date, it's probably a good solid 4 stars. So. Alright, Chrono Trigger will be next. Let's update all the overlays and everything. So that's set. Yep, we were aliens all along. Buttons do anything here? Fly. I want to see what happens at the end of the music if anything else happens. Yeah, the music in this game were actually pretty good. I mean, it was kind of fairly generic music. It wasn't anything like, you know, there's no song I'd be able to pick out of, you know, if somebody played one of the songs of this game, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's from Tecmo Secret Stars. You know, there's nothing memorable like, you know, Final Fantasy Dragon Warrior music typically is. But definitely it wasn't bad in any way. It was catchy tunes, so Anything else happening? We're just floating on forever. Music has stopped. No, nothing's happening. I don't know about difficulty, Reg. I mean, it's definitely gonna be. It's gonna be getting used to the controls. That's gonna be the big thing, right? I mean, early PS1 first-person games aren't exactly easy to control. It's not like you could use dual, sticks because they didn't have analog sticks back then. So it's gonna be awkward as hell to control. But I don't know, but difficult. All right, yeah. So it looks like nothing's happening here. Start button. Nothing's doing anything. All right, so I guess that's it for Secret of the Stars. All right, so let's set up the overlay. Well, the spaceship kind of floats into nothingness. All right.